Hey there, welcome back to the table. So I know my last video had some audio issues where the volume was just too low, and I don't know what happened. I was able to look at the two videos I made prior on the same night, and those were fine. And now I've tested it a couple of times, and it's coming out fine. And even right now, I'm looking at my volume meter as I speak, and it looks like it's coming out at the right levels. So please accept my apologies. Anyways, I really enjoyed that. The having something like Board Game Arena that manages things for you is fun. I I own this game. I could set it up and move the pieces myself. I don't enjoy that. I know you guys like it. Um, I don't. I actually prefer to play something like this. So let's do exactly that. And I am trying to find where it disappeared to. So we're doing solo, regular, core. I realize that this would be way too difficult for me to figure out. This in solitaire is not as much fun as the regular game. We do have Gaia Project. We could do that. I always have to remind myself of the rules. I really enjoyed this game. I've never played it solo, but multiplayer, this is a blast. Anyway, sorry for all the nostalgia. I still love Carnegie. I do, like I said, I love this one. I still need to learn the rules and try that one. My gosh, where did my game go? Here it is. So I think right there. So it's in my favorites. Okay, so I somehow added it to my favorites already. And yeah, let's start again. What other options do we have? We have, nope, I went standard. Let's do level 3 again. That was a good challenge. Yeah, let's try again. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Let's go. All right. So as you can see, whole different set of. I mean, some of them are the same. We have the swamp lizards again and the swamp moles. Between the two, again, and I'm gonna zoom in. I know it's a little awkward to do it this way, but it's just easier to see. The swamp lizards, as you saw in my last game, I made two cities, the whole game. That's pretty normal. I almost got a third city. If I would have done, things a little bit different. So this ability is only a twice per game thing. I'm not a fan of that. Um, this one, like I said, it's a weird popping through the ground. You really have to work hard to master that one. The Wasteland Monks. It's not giving me like a pop over text, but basically, I think that's what this is. I know what this is. You don't start the game with two out or workshops. They're called workshops are your lowest level building. So normally you start with two of them, and it's like a snake draft, right? The first player picks his spot, then everybody else picks theirs, and the last player gets to pick both of theirs, and then what the Wasteland Monks do is they don't pick either spot. They pick one and only one location, and they put I think that's the capital, the palace. So they literally start the game with like the best building. And it may not be the palace; it might be the university. I have to look again at like what that image is. But the point is they're starting with one of their major buildings. That takes you a lot of resources. Um, so the issue with the monks is you get a great start, and you don't have to spend all those resources to build that mega building, which is nice. But uh, having two locations to start on two different parts of the map gives you more versatility for spreading and making cities. It's really hard to do that when you start at one location. So you're going to have to get your C routes up really quick because you're going to have to spread the hard way. And that's the thing with the monks. Very interesting one. They start with one level of the blue there. The wasteland felines Same deal. This is where they form a city. They get 3 techs and a book. I mean, getting that only twice a game is still pretty useful. Okay, Mountain Philosophers. You start with 2 on the yellow track. Oh my gosh. This is, I think this is saying that when you get one of those contracts, which is below the innovations, that you're going to gain any color book. I'm pretty sure that's what that's saying. And then you get an action for the whole game of gaining a book. So it's like having an income of a book, except it does take you a turn to do. That's an interesting one. That's a very book heavy one, which lets you do the book actions. This one over here, the Mountain Illusionist, it looks like when you kill a power, you're going to gain points. These are some tough ones to choose from. Now, these are the contract things. The competency tiles is what I was talking about. So I'm pretty sure this thing you see here with the little, looks like a little ribbon, I think that's the backside of these competency tiles. They have ribbons on the other side. So I think that ability is something to do with the ribbons here. And the best way to figure this out is to once again, let's look at the rules. Everything is explained. The rulebook is actually quite excellent. And then also you could see here, like, see these little book actions? There's 6 of them. And in our game, these are different than the last game, right? So you can see some of them are randomized. That's the same we had before. So is that one. This is a new one. And then these should all be the same, because these don't change, but the book ones do. And then these items here change. So here, remember our last game, we got rewarded for being up the banking track. Here, you're being rewarded for being up the science track. And then again, then next 2 are banking, and then engineering, and then it finalizes on the law, etc. And then with this one, you get points for building a guild in round 1. And here you get points for building schools, and there for your palace or university, and so forth. So things are different than the last time, as expected, and it always happens. And you'll also notice that we have different tiles here as well. This one's the same. This one is you advance 1 level for free in a discipline of your choice per school you have built. That's when you pass. This one, when you pass, you get 4 victory points for your palace and or university. So it could be 8. This one, 3 points when building a guild. And this one, 2 points when you build along a river. When your reach is increased by 1, you gain 2 VPs when building a workshop next to a river. So what this is saying is just having the tile, this symbol at the bottom gives you 1 extra reach in your sailing range. I mean, you don't go up the track. It's just like a temporary bonus reach. So a lot of things to factor in, right? The goals, this one is you get a spade for every 4 spaces on this. So that might be worth getting. So a starting faction that gives you a lot of bonus on this track might be valuable. That's where I'm going with some of this. Like this one here, you get 3 points for a guild. These Wasteland Monks, you don't even start off with a workshop. So you can't even get a guild. But you have, but that's where I'm getting back to this. Let's get to the factions here. Here we go. So these are the factions in the game. I'm going to zoom in a little so we can read them better. So the monks advance one level in the law discipline. That part makes sense. That's the blue. When placing workshops, the monks don't use any. Instead, they place their university. And they do it after all other factions have made their placements. And then you get a competency tile for placing your university and the corresponding levels on a science and books track. If the competency pile produces income, this is taken for the first time in round 1. If it provides spades, they use them immediately. And the monks are not horrible. You just got to be really careful because you start off at just one location. Okay, so what was some of the other ones? The felines here, when they find a city, they move 3 levels and gain a book of their choice. Here we go. Here's the illusionists. So they start with 2 levels of medicine, right? That helps you with round 1. When they perform a power action, they have a discount of 1 power to Powerball 1, then required by the action. They also gain 3 additional points or 4 points in a 5-player game. So they just literally start the game with more points. They have a discount of 1 power. They cycle 1 less power to a Powerball 1. And they just straight up get points. That's not a horrible one. Then the other one we were worried about was the philosophers. So they get 2 levels in banking. They gain a competency tile. Yep, see? When they get one, they get 1 additional book. Oh, of the discipline that they, of the competency tile. They have a special action that allows them to gain a book every round. Yeah, so it's all making sense. And then the last one is the moles. These are the confusing ones. So they perform a terraform and build. They may pay 1 tool to skip over a terrain or a river hex because they're tunneling. And they get 4 points every time they do this. So skipping a hex means the target hex doesn't have to be adjacent to one of your buildings. Only one of its neighboring hexes must be adjacent. The moles can tunnel even if they could also reach the target hex using sailing. And they could pay 1 tool to build a bridge. They're one of the few people who can just build bridges. So there you have it. Most of the other ones are more straightforward. So, getting back to our game, what are we going to be when we grow up? Honestly, I want to be the mountain illusionists. I think I like them the most. So gray means we're going to be choosing these. Actually, I like the wasteland monks as well. Let me take a look here real quick. So wasteland monks is going to start with one of these. So we could get like 3 victory points and 2 income just every round. Bam. This one is not a bad one either. Oh. I mean, this one's not a bad one to start with, because that's like having income every round, except you just have to do it as an action. A book and a power of income. But this is probably the nicest one, right? You get a cube and a science bump. But you're doing all that at the cost of... See, now, the thing is having a university from the start, it saves you a lot of... I know you can't see the player board yet, but you have to pay 2 cubes to get to a guild, 3 cubes to get to a school, and then I think it's 5 cubes to build the university. I mean, it's a lot of cubes. This one's nice just because of the jump on the track will give me an edge towards this. If I can just get 2 more, I will have enough for a free shovel. Like, is it worth all that? I don't know. The 1 power discount means that when I play like 4 power here for 2 white cubes, I only have to pay 3 power. That can be very powerful. But so can the university. You know what? Let's try it. Let's do the wasteland monks. Let's give it a go. All right, and then who do we want them to be? I don't have a preference. I'm going to just say random. And I just chose the wasteland, which is the red. So remember, we want to try to like I said, if you want to make the game tough, you can just random it. But right now, the opposite is the water and this dark gray, whatever that is. So we could choose the terrain lake or looks like terrain swamp. But let's make them do the terrain lake. Then which one of these do we want to do? I can get 4 points right off the bat for choosing this one. This one doesn't do me any good because I chose an option where I'm not going to get to build guilds very easily. So yeah, let's just take the 4 points in the white cube. Alright, so I know that these letters are, it's some Automa thing determining where their priorities are, but they place both of their buildings here and there, and then we get to choose now. So like I could choose something like this. So the gray and the desert are my, like this one's friendly to me, and so is that. This one's friendly, but then it's not so friendly. That's also friendly. Like this is a really nice spot actually, because I got 3 spots here. 2 nice spots. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Actually 4. This is another nice spot. And that one's sort of nice. We're on the edge of the map though. I think I'm going to go ahead and it does help to be next to them. Although my buildings are not going to be next to them once I build. Here, I can build towards him and get next to him. Yeah, I'm going to take this one. And then we're going to choose this competency tile. So I get to take a book. And I didn't pay attention to the book situation. This is 5 points for every city you have. This one is 2 points for every workshop you have. Five for each school. We had this last time. Number of buildings you have. Place a neutral workshop, power value of 1, and get 3 income of tools. Place a neutral palace, and you get 2 new power tokens in your bowl. I sort of like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll grab that book. And I took this one, so I should have gotten 2 more books. And, oh, there we go. There's my science. I'm going to take the medicine one. And now I get to do an action. Sorry, I got to put my coffee down. Alright, so we started with our university already in play. We should have, yeah, a lot of white cubes because we got extra white cubes for income. So I want to terraform. I have to terraform, in fact. Here you can see I have to do the terraform action, I need 4. And if I kill 4 of them, I only have 3 of them to bring over. So probably not the best move to start off with. I may have to burn through a lot of my white cubes just to do that terraform, though. Because what else am I going to do if I'm not terraforming? I mean, I do have 3 books. Which, I think I need 5 to do this. With the books, I can get rid of one book for 5 power, and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these that I can move up. Then I can, sacrifice some of the power. That might be the way to go. I do have one worker, which just simply means I could spend to move this up. Yeah, let's start with that. I'm going to spend my worker and my cube because I want to move up and make terraforming cheaper. And I get 2 books for that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 1 and 1. No conversions. Looks like they just plopped another place. I think I have enough books to grab this, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. 2, 3, and 5. So I have to pick my 3. So now I get to place a neutral workshop. Power value 1. Can I go anywhere? Can I really just do it there? Oh, I have to do terraform. So let me cancel. I want to go there then with 1 terraform, which is now cheaper because I cheapened it. There we go. No conversions. Alright, that worked out really well. And now I have an income of 3 more white cubes. I'm actually really good in the white cube department. Now this requires another terraform, which is another 2, but still cheaper than the 3. And yeah, we're going to build our workshop. Now you might be wondering, like, how do you know who owns a neutral building? It's the terrain underneath. I'm the only player that wants red terrain. And if you're playing even a 5-player game, everybody has to have a different terrain type. So if the neutral terrain is on red, then it's the red player that owns it. It's a pretty cool little thing in the feature, I guess, with the game. So do I have enough to upgrade this? I have to do a conversion first, and that's where sorry, I took a drink mid-sentence. That's where we're in a little bit of trouble. So I don't have any books left. I spent every last one. It would have been nice to get the 5 power so I could start doing some stuff here. I need 4 power to get 2 tools, as you can see there. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. So I don't even have the 4. Now I could always do 3 power for 1, but they have to be at the level 3 spot. So what that means is I can do 1, 2, 3, and then use those 3 power to just make one of those. Call it a day. So I at least get rid of 3 of my stuff. So now I have 2 and 3, and now I can upgrade this. And that's going to give me some points. 3 points here. And I upgraded here, so I have an income of power and money. No more conversions. I am running out of actions to do, though. I have no money. I have nothing. So unless I want to do manipulations here, which I don't, and even then I don't have any choices, I'm going to have to pass. Alright, so this is the one I was. So now which one do I want? I mean, this one lets me... If I have this, I can go over C and build one here. And then, like, continue my little empire. So it's not horrible. It's just I don't get any income. This one would have been nice, except he already has it, so I can't tick that one. The 3 power one would be nice, just because I need to get some power going. The bridge one, also nice, because this one would give me a bridge which would accomplish the same thing as this, except the bridge is more permanent. Uh, um, Obviously they all have a coin on them, so I'll get some money no matter which one I take. This one gives me 3 points for building a guild, which is the thing that we're getting 3 points for now. I was only able to get this to 2, so I'm not going to get a free shovel. So that doesn't help me. I'm feeling a little stuck. The 3 power is probably nice. You know why I'm stuck? My strategy is always to go build the palace on turn 1. And then I take one of these guys. Because see, look, you get power income every round. This one here gives me 6 power income. I want that so much. 6 power income moves these tokens. And the more you move these tokens, the more you get to do these actions, which help you. And none of that is possible right now because I did the university. Which is not horrible, it's just I have to think differently. Um, so what's the best way to think differently? It would be this one. I want the 3 power. So let's choose that one. And we're done. Alright, so I get 2 power for 1 VP. I'm going to take that. Alright, so now we just did our income. And I do get 1 science. This time around, we're going to get a coin for every level of banking. So I'm going to go ahead and take a banking. And off we go. And remember, I did get another person, so I can, if I'm willing to spend some money, I can move up on the terraform track. It only costs me 1 cube to terraform. The problem is I'm very low on money, so I need to do 4 for 7 or 2 books for 6. I have no books at all. This, I need 4 cubes and 6 money to build my palace. So I can get my palace just 1 turn later here. It's a little bit of overkill to have the palace and the university in the same city. Not a good move, to be honest. See, this is 2 terraforms. That's also 2 terraforms. I'm looking at this and this. That's 3 terraforms. So like if I want to get my city, I need a 4th spot. So I would have to terraform twice here. So at the end of the day, I need money. And I have no power cubes up here to get me the money. Ugh, what do I do? Like this. Oh man. I need 4 of these. I have 2 down here and 7 there. Wow. It's the money. I'm low on money. How much does this cost? That's 5 money. So I'm even low on that. So why am I so interested in this? Well, I know I need to terraform twice, here or here, and excuse me. The reason why I'm worried about terraforming twice is the difference is spending 4 cubes versus just 2 cubes to do it. And right now, I don't have the money to do anything else. I I am not playing this very well, and this is the problem with being the monks. I think this one I'll get. See, I only get 5 points when I build my palace or university. See here, I want a school. That school costs 5 money as well, doesn't it? Yeah, I need money for the school. So in both cases, I need money. I don't have any. Oh my goodness. I do have an income of 3, but oh, wow. If I do this, I will spend all my white cubes. It's not going to help me. Alright, I do get to found the town. So I can take the one that gives me 6 money. I'm out of white cubes now, but I can at least take the money. Sure, I'll do that. And we'll put it right here on the university. So yeah, we formed our town already, which is cool. So now it's back to me. I got my money, which we do have one worker still. So I think I am going to spend him here. Let's take 3 bumps. That'll give me even more money. And that also gave me 1 power. Unfortunately, unless I want to spend these, I'm going to have to pass. I mean, it'd be nice to make a school. The school would get me 4 points. To have a school, I need 5 money and 3 white cubes. Oh, I don't have any of that. Even if I was able to get 2 here. Yeah, I sort of hosed myself here, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. I can go back to this one, get my 4 points. An extra tool, I can... This will give me 2 more money. I'm going to take that one. He's just taking turn after turn. Okay, so I got a lot more money because I was level 4 here. We get another science. Here you can see 1 tool for every 2 spaces on banking. So I'm going to go ahead and choose banking. That also gave me 2 power, which helped move some stuff into here. And now we get to go. So, first things first. I can get some sailing so I can build another city and get that going. So let's do that. That costs 4 money on my worker. They're just skyrocketing. This is what I don't like about the bots. I mean, he's just gonna blow past these as if they didn't matter. Gonna build a workshop, and then I'm going to upgrade it. I'm already out of money again. Last game, money was never an issue. This game, it's constantly an issue. I would need 3 money right now. One second. Okay, I stepped away for quite a while here. But the one thing I was thinking about while I was gone is the reason most of my gaming friends don't care for this game is exactly the situation we ran into here, where you know you don't have enough power to do any of these actions, and you literally just get to do two small little actions, and then you say now you have to pass. And there's only like 6 rounds in the game, so sometimes you feel very like cheated in a way. And it is a game that punishes you if you don't plan and at least position yourself. Like, I don't really plan that much. For those of you that watch my channel, I don't put that much effort into planning. What I do is I position myself to be able to react strongly, or position myself to, I know I need to have a lot of white cubes, so I have 8 income of white cubes. I mean, that's me positioning myself. Now, do I have a plan for how to spend every white cube? No, I don't. I'm figuring it out as I go. But the point is I wanted to at least get 8 to start. Now I'm sitting here. I would like to build a university, um, or a palace, which takes 6 money, and I'm at 2. I have 2 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill 2 more, and then I'm going to convert 4 of these into money and say done. So now I have the 6 money that I need, and I'm going to build a palace. All right, I got an extra 5 points because I did it during this round, that is something I did plan for, although not very well, but I did. That was part of the plan, if you will. And now I get to choose a palace ability. So we talked about this. I can upgrade a workshop to a guild. That is I don't have to spend any cubes or resources or money. It's just an automatic upgrade to a guild. So that's actually really powerful. This one, straight up, 10 victory points, 2 power. I like this one a lot more. And then the middle one, you get 2 advances on your sailing track. And I may found a city using 1 river space, and I get an income of 6 power. This is phenomenal. Because right now I'm here on the sailing track and I got room for 2 more advances. I am absolutely going to take that one. And the 6 power income is fantastic. And because I got the 2 advances, I get 2 books. So I already took 1. My gosh, which ones do I want? I think I like that one. This one's not horrible. That requires 2 brown books. This requires 2 blue books. So let's do the 2 brown for now. So now I have a power income of 7. So I'm going to start cycling these a little better, which is good. I'm still low on the money. That part hurts. And if I would have taken the other one for the free upgrade, I could have upgraded this. Here you can see there's only 4 guilds you're allowed to have out at a time. And that's okay. I mean, I spent everything I needed to get to the palace. And now when I pass, I'm going to get 8 points. because I have both a palace and a university. So this particular tile is very important when you pick the monks. Okay, let's just end my turn. Let them go. Alright, now it's back to me again. The one thing I didn't get to do is it said that I could have started a something on the water, but I was technically out of resources, so maybe that's why it didn't let me do it. I am very out of resources now. I have no power. Yeah, I have 0, 0, zeros all the way across the board. I have 2 books, so I could theoretically do this, or, you know, one of these for the 2 books, but I think I'm going to pass. And there you saw I got 8 points. And I can't choose these 2. So of the 3, which one am I going to choose? I don't need this. I have not built any schools, but I plan to. And getting the money income is what I'm looking at here. That I think I need more than anything else. This one gives me $3 to take, but I just get 1 less buck and then I get some money income. So I'm going to choose that one. And now we're going to let them go. Alright, so now we're back to our income. Here you can see we got 8 and 8. Oh. +1 science. Right now the science is on brown, which we are currently at 0. For every 4, I would get a shovel. Do I even want to bother? That's our power situation. I'm going to take a medicine so I can get a power. So that put us up to 4. And here you can see I'm at 8 and 8. And if I do 4 for 7 coins, I think that's the way. Okay, now I get to take an action. These require some terraforming. I do have a person. I could move it up 1 more, and I think I will. It does cost me 5 of my bucks. So now the terraforming is cheap. And here we go. So I do have the ability to just go straight out because I have 3 sailing distance. So I could start putting workshops just out in random spots. Well, not random, but spots that don't require terraforming. I am limited on just how many cubes I have, and it cost me $3 and $5 to make a university. I could make this into a university right now. The problem is, it doesn't do me any good. So if I do, for example, this one, or this one, well here, let's do that one. We're going to terraform that and build. So that took a couple of my bucks and cubes. Now I want to build this up to a guild, which again, if I cancel, I can do this one and do it for free. But then I lose my books. I'm going to do it. So we're going to do that for free. And they're just skyrocketing up the science track. And then I want to make a school for 3 and 5. And I only have 2 rounds left, so income is not as important. But I can get my books back if I choose this one. This one is just a nice one. Lets me bump up the science track, and I get to gain 4 power as an action. Um, Obviously, that one's really good. The ones that give you books are the nicer ones. Like, that's not a bad one at all. But I do like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. The free action is always good. And then I am going to do this. I got the 2 power. And now I'm going to do the free action, which is going to let me move 3 of my power up, as you see here. And they did block a few spots, which does hurt, because we need more money. I blocked the money one. So yeah, they're just, look at this. They put all their people out. Okay, so I'm down to just 2 white cubes. That's going to be my limiting factor here. I could terraform again. That's going to cost me 1 of my white cubes, and then it's going to cost me my other white cube to just build my workshop. I won't be able to upgrade the workshop to a guild, and then I won't be able to turn the guild into a school. Not this round, at least. So you get 5 extra points when you found a city. I need 2 more spots. Like, if I take this one and I can get both of those, I can get a city founded. The other idea is, like I said, I can start just taking these because I have enough C power, right? I have 1, 2, 3 C. I'm going to go ahead and terraform. And yeah, we'll build. So see, I'm out of white cubes, so I really don't have a lot of options now. Unless I can figure out how to get more white cubes, which I can't. Now, I could take 4 power for 3 victory points. It's a lot of victory points, but 4 power is a lot. And you can see a lot of these options are gone. Like, I do have the scholar option, which I don't need unless I want to move up these tracks. I could go here for 2 and 2. I am at 3 right now. That would give me a free terraform. That would cost me 3. I'm at 3. If I move 4 more, I can get a terraform from this. I mean, that's what I'm looking at, right? I don't know how badly I need it. Man, if I lose by 3 victory points, I'm going to take it. Okay, so I have all this power. I can spend 4 to terraform something like this. I can spend 3 to gain a scholar. As you can see here, I'm going to gain 2 just for the next round. So what I'm going to do, I am going to spend 3 to gain a scholar. And then I'm going to do a conversion. And I'm just going to get, I could spend 3 for a white cube, because I'm out of everything. But I'm actually going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 money. Okay, so now that I have the scholar, I can go here, advance 2 discipline. That just gave me 2 power. So I got 2 of those discs back. I'm running out of things to do. And I think I'm stuck. Because unless I can get a white cube, which, you know what, I could have been less selfish. Instead of getting 4 money, I could have gotten the white cube like I said. But But then I wouldn't have had the 2 money I needed. Yeah, I would have still been stuck. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pass. Okay, these two are out. This is 4 money if I'm willing to take a bridge and a book. The book is not a horrible idea. I have 0 books. This is the one I want, but he took it. If I was able to outlast him and make him pass first, I could have taken it. This one isn't horrible, because I could just start colonizing or, building workshops on all these places and just get 2 points each. That's not a bad deal. The 4 money's not a bad deal, though. This one at least gives me half that money. I'll do this. We got to start thinking about points. So we're on to... I don't know why I didn't get my free terraform. Why am I getting a free science right now? I don't remember. Oh, right here. I'm getting a free science because of this. For each school I have. So I'm at 5. I need to get to 8 for another bump there. So then it's just a matter of, which ones do I want to bump? I don't have a preference, to be honest. This will eventually get me 1 power. That eventually gets me 2 power. The next one is blue. So let's do the blue one. Alright, there we go. I get a free spade. So the spades you can do next to something else, right? So, because I can go across the water, right? And I can colonize here and then spade this one. So that's what I need to think ahead. I can build a city with just these 4. So I don't need to spade this one. And remember, it's the gray in the desert. So like this one, the gray's too far away. The desert's nice, but I would need a bridge. That desert's a good candidate right there. So let's go ahead and do that one. There we go. Now we got 2 of our kind. Now we're to the next round. So I'm going to once again take a lull. That gives us a power. That helps us. And now I get to take an action. So I want to finish this city. Even though I get 3 points for building a guild, let's finish this city. So we need 4, and that was enough for the city. So now the question is what do I need? I'm low on money again. I really don't have a whole lot of cubes either. So that would be nice. This is always nice. The books would be nice, but I'm going to take the money again. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to put it underneath the palace. And boom, we got ourselves a second city. So no conversions. And just checking the volume, still looks good. All right. Now what do I want to do? Well, what I want to do is start building another city. So if I could go down here, I can put a workshop for 1 and 2. So they just finally get their palace up. I can do one right next to it for 1 and 2. They just blocked the 2 white cubes, which I don't appreciate it too much, but it is what it is. I have 2 of these dudes, so I think I'm going to take advantage of it and put it here. That moves me up 2, and that gave me 2 more power. I would have really appreciated getting those white cubes, because I'm down to 4. And I'm going to go here again. That moved me up 2 more, got me 2 more power. All right. So the part I'm struggling with is how am I going to get the white cubes? It takes 2 white cubes to build the guild, and then 3 more to build the school. And I'm not next to anybody. I could get next to him here, but that's going to cost me a build here and another build there. Why is it important? Well, if you build the guild without being next to him, it's going to cost $6. See, I just don't have enough money to do everything I want to do. So like I could go here and try to do it, but like that's not helping me to build a city here. How important is it to build a city? Well, I mean, city gives you points. Um, if I was one of those races where you get the bonuses for building a city, then I absolutely need to focus on building cities. In this case, it's less important. And you know what? Because I built the university, I can build a city with just three locations. I don't need 4. So the fact that I did this was unnecessary. But I don't think it changes the math too much. The question now becomes I can build a guild, which will then put me too low on the money. I have all this power. That is what I wanted. So I could do that and at least get 7 of the money. Um, yeah, let's do that. There we go. We're up to 16. Now this I could spend 3 to get 1 white cube, which I think I want to do. So we got our 1 white cube. And yeah, I can upgrade this. And I got us 3 points because we built the guild. Now what I could do is build another guild, get 3 more points. My thoughts were, hey, I want to build a school because schools let me take these tiles. And by the way, there's more than one of these tiles. That's why when I take one, they stay. Like multiple players can take the same tile. So building a school will let me take these, which will then give me the books I need to take some of these items. And you can tell, look, he took stuff. So he's getting a lot of points here. I don't have the books to pull all that off. And you also have to be careful because you do have to focus. You can't do everything in the game. Now, one thing with the monks, if you'll notice, I don't have to pay books for going to here. Normally you do. It costs 1 book to go to get your second innovation. They don't need a book for their second innovation. I don't know where that was listed in their abilities, but that's one of their bonuses. Oh, I have this action, so let's just get that out of the way. I can get 3 more for 2 victory points. Oh, look at that. They built right there. I'm going to decline. But that does make it easier to build this. So I shall do that. That gave me 3 more points. He just passed. And he took this one. My problem is I don't have a lot of actions left. Why are they showing that as an action? Oh, I see. Apparently I can found a city using that as an action. Oh, I see. Normally your cities have to be clustered together. This is saying I can form a city over the water. I know that's their pieces, but like if I had pieces up here, I could use the water to help me form a city. That's what, like these two, right? I could do both of those. I mean, that's fair. I don't know. So right now I have 1 and 2, so I should be able to. Oh, there we go. It just wasn't highlighted. There we go. So I could terraform, which I only have 1 white cube left. So that's going to be hard to do. And you can see desert and gray. So this one is a 1 terraform. I could go here. Oh, this is actually tough. Like if I terraform this, I could build there and then use the over the water advantage. But I can't do all that this round. So what helps me this round? If I get rid of another one of these workshops, I get another white cube as income. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll go there. All right, it's back to me. And if we look at what we got, we have 5 money. But as you know, we could burn through that like a mother trucker. So let's it's time to pass. All right, so we've got to choose our bonus for next round. This is 8 points and a white cube. This is move up the science track, which if I'm higher up than him, I get 8 points. He only gets 4. So it's a 4-point difference to be higher than him. And he tries his so hardest to always be higher than you. It's really hard to do that. But basically, that's some of his strategy. So if I build some schools, which I can do here with these two, I will going up a science each time. I get 5 additional points for every innovation I get, and 3 victory points when building a workshop on the edge of the map. So that'd be like here, or this one. I, as much as I think the science bump would be nice, uh, it's hard to pass up 8 guaranteed points, and white cubes are hard to come by. So yeah, I'm going to do that and not convert. And I get my 2 books. Why do I get my 2 books again? I don't remember, but I do want an innovation. This one would actually be really good. That one would be fairly good. So I need 2 yellow and 2 blue. This one requires 2 brown. I'm sorry, 2 brown and 3 of anything. I have nothing. Oh. I'm going to take the 2 brown. Okay, now for my income, I get a science. It doesn't matter anymore, some of this stuff, so I'm just going to move up where I can. This one would help me preserve my 1 lead that I have. This one would put me in the lead. Okay, so he just built a school. Remember, I have 2 of these guys. I have no use for them here or here. So the positions are getting used up, right? They're all taken. The thing is he's out of workers, so I can wait and take these whenever I want at the end. But it is sometimes nice to maybe move up because that'll give me 2 power. Here you can see my power is all maxed out. I'm at 10 and 12. I'm going to spend 4 and get the 2 white cubes because you never have enough. And he's going to block some spots. So he just built, I can get 4 power for 3, and I got all these power down here, and I can move them up. I'm going to say yes. That did set me back. But I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to go here for 3. And that just gave me 4 power. And that moved everything right back up. And I'm going to take 7 money for 4 power. You can see he moved up again. So I'm sitting on 3 power. I can get another scholar. I do have 1 available. I could, what I would really like to do is get a terraform. But I do have 12 cubes, so I'm sitting okay. And remember, I get 3 points for workshop at the edge of the map, so I'm going to do that right here. And you can see you saw the big 3 pop up there. So I got my 3 points for going to the edge of the map with my workshop. And I could theoretically piggyback here, here, and then there, and get along the edge of the map again. We'll let them go. How badly do I want to do the schools? I think badly. Yeah, when you send a scholar, you get 2 points. So let's do that right here. We're going to make a school. And then we're going to choose this guy right here, which actually gives me 2 more brown books. Okay, so we got a bunch of books with that. That one just gives me 5 points, which is not horrible. Oh, look at that. That's another 3 points if you build along the edge of the map. This is a nice one, but it's not going to give me any books. Yeah, that's a good one too. So let's build another school. And now I'm going to take, like that's income, but we want this one right here because we're going to get, I have 2 cities so far, so that's 4 points when I pass. Now I need 1 more spot. And in order to do that, I need 2 shovels. So it would have been nice to do the 2 shovel thing, which I didn't do. But I'm going to do this and just gain 4 power. So we at least got those moved up. Alright, so he just blocked a couple spots. This right here lets me place a neutral palace. Power value of 3. I get 2 new power tokens in bowl 3. I mean, he blocked that spot. That would give me an income of 4. This number of buildings on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm at 11. That's 18 victory points. Do I have 2 yellows? I do. I actually think this one's better than this one right now. Although this will let me get a city. Because I'll be able to place this on one of these locations. Yeah, I'll have to pay terraforming, which will cost me a couple white cubes. that city plus these two will give that, or I'm sorry, the palace plus these two, it'll give me a city. That city alone is going to get me points. Let's say it gives me 8 points. Then I'm going to get 2 more when I pass because of this. So that's 10 points. But that's not the 18 that this is. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. So I actually think I want the 18. Now this one, I get 2 VPs for every workshop on the map. And you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that one counts. That's not a workshop. So I have 5 of them. That's 10 victory points. Also good. But I think this one's better. Now, I can wait and do this later and get more on... Well, no, I just need 11 or more. I'm already maxed out. So, yeah. Let's do that. There you go. 18 points. That was a big one. So, I'm still losing, but not by as much. Alright, so now the next objective is, can I get a city of some sort? These are 2 power, so that's 4 power. So if I connect here, this one will count towards the city. And that, of course, is, I have to spend 3 of my white cubes just to terraform that. I only have 2 left. But I can come in here and I'm going to sacrifice 1 to get 1. So now I have 4 power. And I'm going to go ahead and take a free terraform. And I think I'm going to choose this. So you can see it's going to take 2 white cubes. Because if I choose that, I have to terraform it all the way. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And then yes, we'll build. Alright, so he got 7 points because he passed. So now it's just up to me, and what can I do? So this is 2, 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more point. I could do this, which then is I'm building along the edge of the map again. So I am going to do exactly that. Then we're going to go ahead and build. So you see I got the 3 points for building along the edge. And now I get to found a 3rd town, which is more than we did last time. Okay, so which town do I want? I absolutely do not have the ability to build more cities. Like, this is 2 terraforming, but you can see, like, I'm out of white cubes. What I could do is take 4 points and get 3 white cubes. Then I could try to build along the edge of the map in a few spots here. Like this one, I could terraform it and build another workshop, which just gives me more of those victory points for being at the edge. It is a way to get more points. So then the question becomes, I'm going to get 4 instead of like 8 if I do this one. So I'm losing 4 points, but if I build here, I get 3 points back. I'm still 1 point short if I just take the 8 points here. I could do the science one, which is a net gain of the same amount of points, but it gives me a +1 bump to all these tracks. Because remember, if I'm ahead of him, I get 4 points for that. This is the only way I'm going to get white cubes to keep building. The scholar does help, because the scholar is going to get me 2 points here. And I am going to be able to bump up this track. And I'm already ahead of him on this one. And that's where all the scholars go. And I already have a scholar to spend. Yeah, I actually think this is the best move right here. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, we'll put it here. Confirm. So we get our 7 points. Everything moved up. And now I'm ahead here. My turn again. I'm going to put a sculler here. Confirm. And move up 2 there. So I'm ahead of him again. That was worth 2 points just for placing it, and then 4 points for passing him. Gonna pass again. I only have 3 money left. I have 1 book, which I can't spend because he covered them up. I think I'm done. I do have 6 power here, which I could manipulate, but we do that at the end of the game. This lets you form a city, like if I wanted to go across the water. Nothing to do there. I think I am done. And I'm going to get 8 more points because I chose this, which is going to give me 8 more points. And I'm going to need it because he's going to get more points than me for stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. Let me make sure. Did I do my free actions? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm going to pass. So I got the 8 points there. And here you can see he's just... Man, I lost again. He like shot up like a rocket, and I don't know what for. Here's where I passed. I got 8 for the bonus, 6 for the competency. Oh, look at that. He just got 26 points automatically because of his faction. Endgame scoring, 2 points per Automa building anywhere on the board. So he just got 26 free points for doing nothing. Then here he gained 4 more. I gained the 4 back. I gained 4. And now I have a net of 8 ahead of him. And then I had a net of 14 ahead of him because I even got the bonus here. So I was 14 ahead of him, but it wasn't enough because I was able to get 3 more points here, 1 more point there, and 1 more point. I'm sorry, that was money. I was able to get 1 more point. So I gained 14 points, 15 at the end game, but he just got 26 straight up because of his faction ability. And that's why I lost again. Wow. So by 4 points. Remember I told you if I lose by 3 points, I'm going to regret my decision because I took power. I lost 3 points for taking power. I actually lost by 4 points. So, like, how could I beat him? Honestly, I think I just didn't play an efficient game earlier. Like, I think towards the end I was catching him. And if I would have had just a little bit more efficiency, you know, placing a few more, like, along the edge of the map, maybe I should have been smarter and taken the this one, which lets me get 3 more points for placing along the edge of the map. It was close, though. And anytime you play a solo game and it's close, I consider that to be a fun game. And this was fun. And as much as I don't like the bot and how it cheats sometimes, like the 26 free points for doing nothing, I still enjoyed this game tremendously. Um, Much prefer it multiplayer, but very well done. I'm so happy that a solo mode's been implemented. And yeah, I have a physical copy of the game. I can get it out and do the solo myself. I just, it's just really nice having an app do it for you. Um, but yeah, darn. Another one in the dust. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope the audio was better this time. Stay awesome.